Breach18 from Breach18.com, and today we're going to be looking at a game called Dimensions. As you can hear, it's got a lot in the box, so let's go take a look at it. So this is a setup for Dimensions. It is 1 to 4 players, so there is a solo variant as well, which is basically just try and beat your last score. I've set this up for 2 players, and the idea of Dimensions is to complete tasks by stacking your spheres in certain orders, and we get those orders by this deck here. So each turn, and it's played out over 6 rounds, we will draw 6 of these cards. So, and I will go through what each of these cards mean in a second. So we'll just put 6 down. Okay, just move these out a second. Okay, each player does have one of these handy player aids here which explain to you what the cards actually mean, just in case you need that for reference. That's really good there. These are our 6 tasks. So what do they mean? Right, so this one means there must be no colour, including white, can be on top of white. No white or greens must be touching. There must be exactly 2 whites. There must be no white on top of any colour, and all blue and green must be touching, and there must be more whites than green. The idea is once these are drawn, you then turn the timer there, and then you have to basically fulfill each of these. For each one that isn't fulfilled, you lose 2 points, and for each sphere placed, you gain 1 point. So taking the time out of it for a second, I'll just show you. So we look at these, so there has to be exactly 2 white. Well, we can do that, but there has to be more white than green. Okay, so we'd have to only have 1 green. Green can't go next to white, so we'd have to place that separately. We've got exactly 2 white. We've got more white than green. So we have to make sure that white isn't on the bottom of any colour, and it can't be on top of any colour either. And green can't be next to white, so we've done that. Green has to be next to blue, so any blue ones we place has to be there. So we can do that. We can use these blues like that. That keeps them apart. We can't use any more green because it has to be more white than green. We can't have any on top of any colours on top of white. So I suppose we could do this. So we can make sure that those are nothing's touching them, but they can't go on the bottom of any colour either. That's fine. And they're not going on the top, so they're okay. We can fulfill each of those, so we can use orange. Probably won't be able to fit any more on, no, because that'll break that rule. So if we swap one of those black spheres out and place an orange instead, now we've got one of each colour out, which is great because we get a bonus token for having 1 sphere of each colour down on our board. So that would be my attempt, and obviously the timer is long gone, but I'm just, showing this to you, breaking it down. But once that's gone, that's it. No more spheres can be placed. You can't move anything about, and then you score that particular round. So you first of all look at how many spheres that you've placed. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I would get 9 points for that. So 9 points worth of tokens would be given out to me. So we could do that here. So just take that away. So I get 9 points of tokens there. I've just nicked them from the other player just to show you guys. Right, so we got 9 there. And now we go through each of these and we see if we successfully did them. So, right, starting with this one, no colour must be on top of white. Well, there aren't any colours on top of white, so that's good, that's fine. We can't have any greens or whites touching. That's good, that's fine, we haven't. Okay, there must be exactly 2 white. There are, so that's okay. There mustn't be any white on top of any other colour. There aren't, so that's fine. And green and blue must be touching. They are. So for every blue or green, all of them have to be touching. So if I was to place another green over here, for example, I would lose that, because basically all green and blue have to be touching at least one of the opposite colour. So that's fine, we've done that. And then there needs to be more white than green, and there are 2 white and 1 green, so we did that. So we don't lose any points, and not only did we not lose any points, because for each order you don't fulfill, you lose 2 points. We've actually placed 1 of each colour down, so we've got that token there, and we've completed all of these here, so we actually get another bonus token for completing all of them, and these are basically tallied at the end of the game. And everybody will be doing this over 6 rounds, and then the person with the highest amount wins. Let's take a quick look at the bonus tokens. End of game, and this is to convert the bonus tokens into points. So as you can see, for 0 tokens we'd get -6, 1 token -3, 2 -1, and then for 3, 0, 4, 1, 5, 3, and 6, 6. So that's any more than that, they don't count, but they do break ties. So the person with the most bonus tokens will break a tie at the end of the game. And that is Dimension. Right, so Dimension, what did I think to it? I really liked this game. I knew when I saw other videos of it that I was most likely going to like this game. So when I saw it at the UK Game Expo being demoed, I had to play it. I just had to play it, and just, you know, just to confirm what I thought that would happen. And I played it and I loved it, and right up there I was like, yes, take my money. I would like a copy of this, please. It's such a simple game with simple rules, yet sometimes the simplest things are the best things, and this is one of them. I love this game. It's something different. It's bright, it's colourful, it's 3-dimension. You're building things so you can see things in front of you, and you're trying to fulfill all of these conditions, yet you're timed, which seems to be a theme of games that seem to stress me out. Max, anything with a timer, or I'm playing against like a deck of cards running out but being depleted, anything like that seems to really stress me out. But it's a good stress. It brings out this side of me that I get really into the game, which I absolutely love. And I just like trying to figure out. It's like almost like a Sudoku, in the sense that it's a brain teaser where you're trying to fit everything around each other, and I really love that about this game. The components are fantastic. They've really thought of everything in this game. So it's dead simple, but little things like this, like the stands, they've got little feet on them, so they just sort of lifted off the table, so all of your spheres fit in nicely and everything. Little things like that I really like. The player aids are fantastic. The box insert, you know, right, people who have read my reviews, watched my reviews, or just generally talk to me on social media know how much I love box inserts, in terms of like, do they utilise the space? Well, I don't know if you can see this, and I don't want like spheres to just go everywhere, but if you take these out, you've got the timer in there and the cards in there, which is something I really, really like. I've actually took a picture of it when I first unboxed it, so I'll put that on if you couldn't see that. But other than that, I haven't really got any issues with the game. But there is one thing which I've just thought of. The one thing that I do have an issue with the game, and it's not a big issue, is I found it difficult to see the blue. At times, a lot of the times it is to do with lighting, but because of the sort of the shine and the shadow effect that they've done on the graphic design, I sometimes struggled to see the blue. It looked a lot like black and vice versa. I don't know what could be done to improve that. In terms of the game, I'm not too sure how people with sight issues, especially colour blindness, I'm not too sure whether they would be able to play this game or how they would get on with that. I'd like to know if anyone with those issues has played this game and how they found it. That would be very interesting to know. But all in all, Dimensions, I love this game, and you can play it solo as well, so you don't even need anyone there. And I do play it solo. No one knows, well, people know now, but I sometimes just sit there and just stack spheres and complete as many orders as I can. That is very sad, but it's a sign of an excellent game, and I really love Dimensions. Thank you for watching, guys.